saying?
And we get to the everybody. Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. We back, people. We back. You know who it is. It's your boy, Forensic Scientist. West Coast Wed, we back. We gotta make them holler. We gotta make them attack. We gotta expand the mind in the head.
What up, though?
We got Josiah Dead Flowers in the head. And we got Forensic Scientist in the house. Thank y'all for tuning in to West Coast Wednesday. You know it's a West Coast party, baby. Yeah. West Coast party.
Marching on the castle walls.
Let's go, baby, baby.
Trojan horse.
Yes,
Let's
indeed.
go. Let's get right into it. We're going to ring the bell. We're going to drop the button on them. We got a special guest, Expand the Mind. I'm going to give you
What's up, y'all?
topic to talk about. Thank y'all for tuning in to West Coast Wednesdays. We hope you enjoyed the music.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Of course, we got the freestyle sessions, and now we got the round table. We got a stand and deliver crew in the house.
Yes, y'all.
So we're gonna get straight into it. You guys want to break it down on what is stand and deliver crew? How was it founded? What's it about? What's it represent? What's the SADC about?
Yeah, well, SADC, how it all started is my boy Dialect. He started searching for artists. What up, Dialect? The godfather of the shit. So him and I, we would go out scouting for like different MCs, MC producer, and then we collectively got a lot of the dope artists around the IE, LA, and the SGV,
Dope.
and now the OC.
Dope.
Yes, which comes in. So SADC is our crew that we collectively built together. We've been doing sessions. We used to go Sundays every Sunday at Venice Beach at the drum circles before the cops tried to shut it down and made it what it is now. Yep.
The cops come, it's game over.
Yeah. You know,
Better have your permits.
There's
Quite on set.
been a lot of heads that got together and made it happen. So from there came to my Chris Manlow and my boy
Shouts out to
Mondo the
Chris.
DJ.
Mondo the
you know,
DJ.
that's,
Mr. Davis.
that's the other sector who handles the IE
Yeah.
portions of the view. You know, he's the captain right there.
There you go.
And so, you know, we all get together and then we all just get the dopest artists.
I haven't seen Mondo
To
since he had his
accumulate.
baby. Shouts out to Mondo.
There you go. Shout him out. New baby. Congratulations.
So my little nephew right there.
Brother.
You know, and so we got like Vision, you know,
There you go. Shout him out.
Ill Scatter,
El Scatterbrain.
Scatterbrain.
One of the first cats that
Yup.
ever bought an album
Yup,
off
yup,
of in the
yeah,
flesh.
yeah.
That dude hella sick
Hey,
with it.
he's
Over
one
there
of-
at Neighborhood Watch.
Neighborhood Watch, baby. Shout him
he's
out.
one of the
Big
original
strap.
members too, as well.
Shout him out.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
you guys got a big show coming up, Neighborhood Watch. Was two Mexican descent?
Yeah, we got
What day
coming
is that?
up.
Next Thursday?
Yes, on the 13th,
There you go.
right here this
You guys
month.
are so great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so we get it together. We're having a March 16th, right there Thursday, Temple Bar. So get your ass over
Temple
there.
Bar again?
Temple Bar, right there, West Coast.
You know, last time it was lit.
You know, right off the 10,
Okay.
10 off of Grand.
Shout 'em
So
out.
it's just right
Temple
there.
Bar.
So, you know, Temple Bar, you know. And that's Neighborhood Watch throwing the motherfucking show. That's my other crew right there. We throw shows.
Big Struck.
Yes, sir.
So that's ACDC crew. You mentioned Neighborhood Watch. Now, you also been collabing with Gemworks lately,
Yeah.
and a lot of movement going on. Talk about, preach the movement about Gemworks and what's the vision,
Alright,
what's
so-
been going on with them. Preach it.
My man, Brother Maz, aka Tap the Super Lat.
Big up the Super Latins for sure.
They threw one of the most high key shows. It's highly underrated. If you haven't been to one, you need to be at one for sure.
Sick.
Man, Click is Tech's father, right? So he comes out. He'll do all the sound checks. He'll make sure shit's straight throughout the entire show. We had a band. Shout out to Buddha Jones and the
Let's
man.
go.
Super cool cats. Always giving praise where it's due.
Let's go.
I mean, I met like probably 5 or 10 new MCs at that place, and I was, I'm rarely impressed by the entire lineup.
That's good.
You know what I mean? So when I went there and I saw all that happening, I was blown away.
Ma's got the good eye and the good ear for music.
Yeah, he does, bro. He really brings in a dope amount of MCs. And when I say MC, I mean masters of ceremony, regardless of whether the speaker turns out or you get some bleepage coming through, some static electricity, whatever, bro. Like, and pause on the features and all that.
Yeah.
In the middle of the cipher, shouts out to everybody who's on Beat Sync crew. Those are all my people right there. In the middle of the Beat Sync cipher, Brother Miles came up and realized that there was this dude who was just a little too heavy on the gangbanging and affiliating type shit. He was trying to get hard on everybody in the crowd. Nobody knew who the fuck this guy was.
He's banging on people.
And all by himself. He was like, yo, what's in that? And so Brother Miles had to take his ass out. He came up to the stage. He tapped him on the shoulder. He was like, yo, what the fuck do you think you're doing, bro? Like, he dragged him off. And this dude came up. He was originally just rolling weed out of this big old, looked like a pretzel jar.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, he as soon as he came off the stage, bro, he put a mask on like he was somebody else because he was embarrassed.
Oh.
He was up there talking all that shit and then couldn't back it up, couldn't be the same person, and within 5 minutes he left. So shouts out to Brother Miles for getting rid of the anger
Get these real cats.
No ignorant bullshit, bro. All
Save that
conscious
gangbanging shit for your block.
Yeah,
you go to a hip hop show. Love. We have little kids showing up. We had a wrestling show.
Yup, Comptomania was there the next day. If you haven't heard Comptomania, they're stupid dope. I had work that day, so I was not able to make it. But in case you haven't heard, Comptomania is a wrestling. It's a wrestling company, and they mix it together with hip hop stuff. Brother Miles will normally throw this in his backyard. The first time I went a year and a half ago, he had some dude get thrown over a table people were sitting at, and then he got hit with a chair, and then they chased him down the alley with a car. Like, it was absolutely wild, bro. So, it's all in the name of live entertainment, bro. So when y'all see some shit go down like that, and it's at a hip-hop show in the middle of an act, you don't expect it, it's all worked out, man, that's absolutely beautiful. So give it up for everybody who really puts in a new agenda into hip-hop. It's not just about the conscious energy. It's about everything new that you can include, the people that you can include, and how everybody can become involved at the same damn time, man. That's a beautiful thing right there.
You gotta be fans.
And MC Bundy, bro.
MC Bundy.
If y'all don't know about Bundy, absolutely beautiful.
Shout out my boy MC Bundy, man. I hope you feel better. He was actually gonna come to the podcast, but he wasn't feeling well. And some work conflicts. But MC Bundy, we're going to have you at West Coast Wednesday.
That man right there is going to be plenty of opportunities.
You already know. We're going to chop it up right here at the bar table.
So, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been able to get a lot of stages in the last couple of years. So, I hosted the Seshtival because of him. I hosted a couple other events because of him. And he went out of his way to pay me, bro. So, I had nothing. So, shouts out to that man right there. Yeah, anyway, what I'm saying is, man, GemWorks, they really know what they're doing. So if y'all go in town, come by.
How you follow them online? How you follow them?
Brother Maz on Instagram, or you can do Tech the Super Latin. You can do Click the Super Latin, which is his father, or you can do MC Bundy. Everybody's involved. Everybody's involved, evolved, and most certainly incorporated. So don't fuck around. Get into it.
You guys are so great.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, yo, so expand the mind. What, out of all the albums that you put out, because I know you put out a good chunk of good work, and applaud him for that. In case you don't know, this guy got good music, good hip hop, good music, just all around, and it goes beyond hip hop. It goes to music, veins, everything. So I want to know, what was your influence to get into music? What was something that sparked you off?
Man, I gotta give it up to my pops, bro.
There you go.
My pops showed me a lot of stuff that, when I go out and about and I connect with some older heads, a lot of the things that I like to connect on, I mean, it's not just hip hop, bro. You gotta know about blues, you gotta know about jazz, you gotta know about rock and roll, psychedelic rock, heavy metal, and all this other stuff, man. Don't get me wrong, I ventured into some of these things on my own, but for the most part, my pops is responsible. Always showing me new vinyls, always teaching me things about bands and how they're able to change the vision for the crowd. Just as much as a DJ changes the crowd's energy and perspective, We're capable of doing that by listening well. So if you listen well to good music, bro, and not be kind of afraid in a box, then you can work yourself up out of one section and get to experience multiple things in life. So that's really what it's all about, man. Getting the wide experience. That's why I'm expand the mind, and I'm not mind in a box or like, just something small like that. I decided to call myself that because, it's all about experimenting and getting outside of your comfort zone.
Exactly. So what are bands or maybe an artist, something that really sparked you out? What is something what was the time where you were like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going for. This is what sparks my intuition, my passion, my fire. What was the song, artist, band?
There you go.
All right.
What was the thing that just sparked you up? Like, I want to do this.
Right.
When I was very young, okay, so on the way over here, me and my man Paul were listening to the Grateful Dead. If y'all know about the Grateful Dead, that's a very big movement. This movement has grown. I've seen a lot
Jerry
in
Garcia,
this lifetime.
man.
Jerry Garcia. Everybody that's a living member, or everybody that has passed on, has given us something that is absolutely beautiful to listen to. The beauty of the Grateful Dead is if you go back in years and years and years of performances every year for every time they did a song, it was different. So the fans know, 76 joint sounded like this, or the 81 joint sounded like this, or so on and so forth. And so when you relegate to an album, you relegate to a year. So that in that year they sounded a certain way.
A whole year right there. Damn.
That's what got me to conceptualize the freestyle. So I freestyle based on changing it up every single time and always involving something new. You can't say the same shit over and over and over again because that's boring. And not only that, but like if you're not studying something, if you're not trying to touch every corner of the room, you know what I'm saying? Then you're a rap freestyler. Nobody wants to hear the same line over and over. Hear you say ABC 1 2 3 like Mike Jack did 100 times, bro. Like that shit is
no cap, son. No cap.
So overall, like I was saying, the Grateful Dead, bro. Like one thing that they did was they had this thing called the wall of sound, which was like a wall of speakers about a little bit bigger than your tough, bro. It was like they took 2 truckloads to get these motherfuckers out
for
there.
concerts or just for themselves?
For concerts.
Okay.
Yeah, and so each artist had pedals. All right, for the guitar, for the piano, for the bass, for the lead guitar, for the trumpet, saxophone, whatever they were doing, right? Yeah. Everybody had a pedal that controlled different reverberations for different speakers on the wall of sound. So in the middle of playing notes, they were also contemplating how to trip you out, man. You gotta bring sound from over there and then over here a little bit more and then suck it out of that speaker, dude, and then...
Plus they're on psychedelics.
Yeah, the acid test, bro. Like, I don't know if y'all didn't know anything about the acid test, Ken Kesey and all them cats that was on, but that shit elevated people. It brought people to a new light. I'm a big fan of medicine. When I say medicine, I mean the psychedelics. Those things can take you into an era of yourself where you realize what you have done, what you're willing to do moving forward, and what you will no longer put up with. We gotta stand up for what we believe in, yo. That's it. And so aside from just music, the Grateful Dead inspired me to do a lot with my life.
Heck yeah, that's dope. And what is one of your favorite albums that you've done yourself, like production wise?
Yeah. If you can say,
what's one of your favorite
albums?
albums?
You can say to the audience now, I'm peeping out, expand the mind. Where do you want to guide it to first? Where do you want to shoot them?
Man, I would offer up my first album, but you gotta get that in the physical.
Woo!
It is no longer online for you to see.
Perfect.
So you buy that from me, $5-10. I'll show you some love. You know what I'm saying?
Go,
I'll sign that thing for you and hand it over.
That's what.
Now, More Than Meets the Eye is no longer available, except I said in the physical. After that, we had Pinocular. I was able to. I was able to incorporate a lot of growth with my homeboy Nico Gray, the ancient one, now living out of Colorado. Shouts out to LA, shouts out to Lil Sage.
We miss you, fam.
Family Values was our first music video, and we decided that we were going to create that beat ourselves. That's the last one I played, right?
Yeah, it was hard.
Okay, so after that, we did Pinocular. But Pinocular took a year to make because he was given birth, him and his wife were giving birth to their first child. So after Sage was born, we still had to continue making music, but the little man's running around, crawling around, touching all the buttons and doing everything. And we weren't trying to tell him no, because that's the beauty of being a child, bro.
Please.
You can't just be like, yo, stop doing that, because he's interested.
Come and make some.
And just to intersect real quick, especially dealing with birth coming in, new life coming in, new family. Each one of my albums is one of my daughters. So each one of my solo albums is my daughter's being born.
Ooh.
So through that time, through that whole year, I dedicated an album to each of my daughters. So one Scarlett and one Sophia. I just wanted to touch on that. And I would too let my girls like get in there, like hit the pianos. And when they were young, I would just take them to the studio, make beats. If they wanted to touch the piano, I'd let them do it. I would sample them, take what's good, what didn't make sense, threw it away, and then made beats out of it.
Oh, yeah.
So she has something like that, you know, so they have something like that. But that's beautiful with having children during this time of process of creativity. And, you know, I just want to touch up on that because family values right there, baby. Yeah, so
Binocular was just fucking. It was our first. It was my first time being able to produce with a buddy of mine. You know, really get in on everywhere the bass line was at, all the stuff that we made up off the top that wasn't sampled, and then all the things that we did sample. Unfortunately, came from a big old library. If y'all want to check it out, it's called Perfect Picture.
There it is.
It's out there on Spotify.
Cop that shit.
Yes,
but yeah,
Copy.
that was Binocular. After that, it was Philosopher's Dreams. Then you got. What was the other? You got Philosopher's Dreams, you got Tools of the Trade with Joaquin Daniels, Fresh Raheem is on that joint. We got lots of different beats from different folks on there. We got, man, oh my goodness. We got Elusive on there. Shouts out to Elusive, giving me some beautiful beats. We got Rockham on there.
Yeah, Rockham, my boy.
And,
You get those keys in.
Rockham came from Chamber, yo.
See, that's Chamber.
Rockham Bopper.
Rockham came from Chamber right there.
This
That's
man
our
created that
original
album.
group.
If y'all haven't seen it, go out and check it out. He painted the album cover raw with his bare hands.
I painted
That's
the
the way it's got to
album
be
cover
on
right
Tools of
there,
the Trade.
Sick.
And shout out to
Incorporate the
Joaquin
community.
Daniels. You
Yeah,
know.
man, big Watt.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Joaquin. He helped me record my Cali Fast commercial for insurance.
Ooh, there you go.
Shout him out. Hey, matter of
Big
fact, if you need insurance, Cali Fast Insurance got the best rates in California. Shameless plug. Any car, any driver, any situation, make sure you hit up your boy Ray Velasco. Shameless plug. Thank you, Joaquin.
Hell yeah, brother. The last one that came out was called Flavor Elaborator. That's my biggest album to date. It required a lot of belief in myself to put that album out because I had separated myself from people who I created it with due to little bit of tension in the line of connection.
I get it.
We gotta grow sometimes, and that doesn't include people who are throwing us into the pit of fire constantly. You know what I'm saying? We gotta create our own pit of fire, and that way the sacrifice means some shit, right?
There you go.
So I took a break, about 1.5 years long, and then I put this album out at 17 tracks long, 53 minutes.
What the
It's almost a full album.
Damn.
Yeah, it's an absolute experience. I got poetry on there, written,
check that shit
spoken
out.
word. I got lots of slow tracks for you to move in the car to, smoke a blunt to, do what you
check
do
that out.
to,
Check it
and
out.
motivate yourself.
During my
man.
workout, actually, I'm gonna bump your shit during my workout.
There you go.
And see where it
Please
takes
let me know. Please let me
That's
know.
the best time to bump someone's new track. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
A little workout. Let's do it.
I got some projects coming up too. I'm gonna be doing some. I got a whole project with EQ.
Nice.
EQ.
Shout out to EQ. We just released a single. We just released a single, Northeast LA.
Shit.
It's of
Who's on
course
there?
EQ featuring Josiah Dead Flowers. So go ahead and check that out. It's on Spotify. All
You
that
didn't tell
shit.
me, Dick.
You
What
can
the
even put it
fuck?
out. Oh yeah, I'm everywhere, baby.
What up,
So what is
EQ?
your favorite album out of all these projects?
Man, all
what
these
what is the
projects-
one that stands out to you that you feel really caught your heart and caught your essence of who you are? What favorite album is out of all those albums?
Although it's the shortest, probably Binocular.
Binocular.
Binocular is the
I can
one,
feel
bro.
that.
Because of the fact that I produced the beats with my boy, we created it during a time of such, high influence of spirituality. I got to. That was another time when I was branching away from a lot of people I thought were important to me, and I found out they was fucking me over
feel you, man.
and not talking well about me behind my back. And now I got a lot of folks who are
A lot of
willing to do
people
that,
like that.
without my presence to talk me up.
Yep.
Instead of put me down, bro.
Yeah,
And that's not
Yep.
righteous, bro. So shouts out to everybody out there who's bringing me up,
Big up,
putting me down. And you know what? If you put me down, shouts out to you too, because you're giving me more ammunition
Put
to
me
use
down
while I'm
too.
out here doing
Put me
what
down.
Hey, yo, you know what?
Put me down.
And with that being said, because you know I got my favorite producers. So who's your favorite producer that you vibe with the most? That you like? Yo, if I could make a whole album with this guy, or if I could just do more songs with this producer, what producer really flickers you?
Man, big time, Damu the Fudgma.
Oh,
That's the album I just put on earlier. He's super intricate, lots and lots of jazzual layers and shit like that.
yeah.
And you know who else is intricate? He's the homeboy, and we're also doing an album. We got like roughly 14, 15 tracks in the whole Oso Blanco. Straight out of Whittier. That dude's the man right there. Shouts out to you. I love you very much. We'll finish that project up this year, brother.
Hell yeah, there we go, baby.
But and then you know, aside from that, somebody who does a little bit more down low work, but as a lyricist and as a producer and as an artist like yourself, right? Decca. DECA. If y'all haven't heard about Decca, he will hook you up with a trip just by listening to the music. That's the way it has to be, man. Talks about the sacrifices, the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights, the ins, the outs.
Hell yeah, so, that's right. Shouts out to Decca.
I met Decca and I met Homeboy Sandman at the same show. They used no warm-up. Sandman's a fucking genius, bro. Both of them traveled around together. Decca's made beats for Homeboy, and they've done songs together and stuff. Oh yeah, definitely. And you know what's beautiful about that show was the DJ warmed up the stage, and they both did an hour and a half.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Probably improvising shit.
Get your stage time up. So that's real, bro. If you can't hold down a set as an MC for at least an hour, that's something I'm working on myself. I've done half hour, I've done 40 minutes, but I'm working on a full hour, bro.
Breath control after 15 minutes, I'm like...
yeah. It's just tough, dog.
And I refuse to do my backup vocals while I'm rapping.
Word.
But now I do my backup vocals.
If you haven't memorized your shit, get the fuck out of there. If you can't freestyle through the point where you're missing it, get the fuck out of there.
I have a trick now, so what I do now is only record my ad-libs.
Yep.
So I'm gonna rap my whole track if I need that little break on the oh no.
Dos.
Yeah, you won't even know what's happening. Spit up, right, ad-libbing it, baby. Much love though. Yeah, Josiah, so you were talking about inspiration and all this new inspiration. Can you give me some of these can you name me 2 new artists that you've heard today? Give me 2 new artists that you heard in the past year. Give me someone new.
2 new artists. I know this is on some other shit, but
whatever.
Fisher.
Who do we got to be looking
it's
out
like
for?
an EDM kind of like type of style and shit, but I love like house music. You know, I grew up with house techno and all that shit. And those were a couple of records that I was spinning first before anything. And so with that being said, Fisher, and then like a new artist, hip hop artist, per se. Think Drax. Drax been killing shit.
How do you spell that?
I think it's DRAX if I'm not.
Drax.
Right,
Okay.
Drax.
He's like a country singer?
No.
Is he a TikToker?
Yeah, I don't think he's a TikToker, but he
What's
does
his
like
nationality?
some nice. He's a brother. He's
brother
a
has a little cut like this.
Afro-American.
I think I seen that cat on TikTok. He has some pretty feelful music.
Like, so he talks
about
who
I like that's popping right now, but an old school artist, Jelly Roll, man. What's up, Jelly Roll?
All right.
How did he come out of nowhere? I remember him as a little chubby fat MC. But now he has that soulful music, man. People gotta dabble. What other artists you would think you would think got to dabble in?
Check out Unspoken Views.
Okay.
If y'all know about Unspoken Views, she came out on that last album I had called Flavor Elaborator.
Okay.
She's a goddamn gem in the rough.
Shout it out, Unspoken Views.
She's a goddamn gem in the rough. We're gonna start working on a project real soon. Actually, just me and her for all the songs.
Dude,
it'll be an R&B and hip hop mix because she does a lot of R&B joints.
Tell her what's up. Hello, Josiah Deflower.
Josiah will sing a hook. Josiah will sing a hook.
And then check out.
Josiah sings all hooks every day. Yes, he sings the hooks. A couple of drinks, a couple of bucks. Singing the hook. Oh.
Yes, I do.
Then check out Nico Gray, the Ancient One. If y'all haven't heard him rap, that man's an absolute animal. Not only did we produce Monopoly together, but we have worked on so much more than that. Man, one of my favorite songs off Binocular is probably Paradise. So if y'all haven't heard that, go give that specific song a listen. Pretty Pleased and a Half. Talks about everybody having the right to dream. You know what I'm saying? We all gotta be able to come together and formulate a way to get to the point where we can access and in excess of our dreams, past that point and surpass. You can create your reality, bro. Ain't all about finding the wall, because you get to the wall, all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, what am I gonna do now? Keep going, keep grinding, man. And education never stops. You just live your life.
So speaking of education, man, what high school you grow up in? What area are you from, man? Not like I'm gangbanging on you, but where are you from, brother?
Okay, so
let them know.
So Brian, where are you from,
man? What high school, bro?
I'm the OC, bro.
So I grew up in Seal Beach.
Oh, shout out to Seal Beach, man.
I did my first 5 years of elementary school there, and didn't like the way I manipulated and took care of business in school. So basically, they were like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here." So then I started going to private schools that were not so private, more so just for like people on medications and had disorders and other things like that. A little more violent. Yeah. Right? So in 6th grade, I found my first 5x5 room. Which was not fun, bro. When you're in a place where you can absolutely lose your mind,
Seal Beach can actually get gangster at times, yo. It gets a little wild.
Beach, man. I had to get sent somewhere else outside the school district. They didn't allow me there no more.
I was like, Seal Beach gets wild, son.
After 6th grade, they put me out again, and they sent me to another private school that was the same thing, more meds, more this, more that. And so since
but they didn't see your genius. They thought you was just
rebellious. No. Every time I elevated to a new school, it was more medication, more therapy, more medication, more, and it went so far past school that they took it into my house, and they started involving my parents, having group therapy at my house.
Break that shit down, man, because that sounds difficult to deal with, bro.
You know what? It's crazy because that brings me back because growing up with my child was going through school. And I was trying to do her homework and get her to pass and shit. Then they put her in special ed, man. Because I was doing her homework, man.
They put me in special ed for 3rd grade and they ripped my ass out because they found out I would take everybody else that was with me and put them into a group mentality. They're like, no, you can't even ride the short bus, bro. You're too smart for that shit. You gotta stop that.
Josiah's joke was... that shit was...
You had an upside down one-up mushroom on that.
Well, you want to say a joke again, Josiah? Because your punchline was terrible, bro. That shit was horrible.
So at 13, not to like, down the mood or anything like that, but I thought and tried.
No, talk about it, bro, because people gotta hear your story, bro. All jokes aside, like I really want these people to know what you dealt with and how they can deal with it. If someone's out there that's dealing through the same shit.
If you're on meds, find your way out.
There you go.
Period. If you don't appreciate your life and you want to kill yourself, find something to appreciate.
There you go, man.
I went through that twice. I tried twice, and I'll tell you, it ain't the jam. So,
and he was in elementary school when this shit was popping out.
Yeah, bro. So I did it once at 9. I did it again at 13. On the second time, they 5150'd me, and then they decided to send me off to Utah. So I was in a lockdown facility at Utah from 13 to 17, and I experienced a lot of shit there. I saw a lot of fucked up things happen to other people. Yeah. And in turn, it made me realize I don't have it so goddamn bad.
Oh, okay.
And you know what? Out of all the things that you failed in life, I'm glad that you failed at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because I'm glad that you're here.
Get to a high, brother.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that my brother's here. You know, part of the fam, and he's doing great.
I would like to also come forth and say I have not taken meds for 9 entire years of my life. Hey. So you can do that shit, and there'll be a struggle.
Because some people need the meds, bro, just to get that little edge to their minds right.
Yeah, it's called a chemical imbalance, bro.
Because they are imbalanced, and you have to respect people's privacy and respect their thoughts.
Yeah, man.
Because people deal with this. You know, we have family members that want to hurt themselves or put themselves in positions to where they're gonna be 5150 for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And sometimes are they mentally broken down? Can they recover? And if they can't,
the mind is the most powerful muscle.
Lock them up. I don't want them jumping off the bridge and we're like, oh shit,
Yeah, man, you learn valuable lessons in a place like that, bro. 100%, bro. So like he was saying, you know, Seal Beach.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow, that's hey, crazy ass Seal Beach, yo.
Yeah, but for real, like you don't
see
see no gangbanging, you don't see no heroin addicts, you don't see no methamphetamine, you don't see none of that shit. When I went to Utah, all of that became very apparent to me.
Yeah.
Everybody that I went to school with there had chemical dependency class, which is like AA but for children. So I was the only kid out of every single dude's unit who didn't have that. Everybody else had done drugs. So they were all like, hey man, why don't you go on a visit, try smoking some weed? I'm like, man, I'm trying to get more fucked up than I already am, bro. Like, fuck all that. But when I left, I was 17 when I left. I graduated high school at 17 with my diploma.
There you go. See, you still got it.
I did smoke a joint.
No, yeah, exactly. I started giving in a little bit. I hit up some of the homies for treatment. I had this cat named Austin come down. Rest in peace to Austin. Austin gave me a good example, man. He a bad example in a good way. I went and started partying with Austin. Okay. All right. And this is out in Long Beach at the Peninsula. Now it's not far from Seal Beach, but this shit will happen just over the bridge.
Shout out to Austin, baby.
Austin's dead. So rest in peace, Austin.
Jeez,
we gotta watch out, man. He gonna be very. He just,
it's not the shrooms. It's not the shrooms. It's not the shrooms.
I am no longer his homie because every homie he's been talking about fucking.
I seen Austin chase himself around trees and do shit like that, too high on cocaine and do other things. So he got crossed up, and one night when he was so crossed up that this party got busted, there was helicopters and all this shit. Yeah. And he walked out, ran out. Excuse me, I had to go find him in the middle of the street, and he was running down cars head on.
Like just running out?
Running at cars, like crossing the street back and forth like a fucking Formula One driver and shit without a car.
That's not cocaine, by the way.
Yeah, it was all, he was mixing a lot of different shit. It wasn't just the cocaine. He was on bars, he had smoked a bunch of weed, drank a bunch of alcohol, done a bunch of coke, and he was doing coke mounds. He wasn't just doing lines, bro. He was just like, hey, let me get some more, let me get some more.
It was like one of those little things that you wind up in the back.
Yeah, just keep fucking going.
And as he let that shit go.
He was one of the original members of this crew that I was in called MLA.
The little toys that come in the fucking thing.
I did a lot of graffiti before I did.
Oh, I love graph, baby.
Before I did writing. Right?
Shout out to all the graph writers, baby.
It got really fucking dangerous, though. Yes, it is. And I was not trying to lose my life for that.
And shit.
But I'll get up on stage and lose my life for hip hop.
There you go.
But I wasn't gonna lose my life for graffiti. It didn't mean as much to me. Yeah. Once I elevated, I learned a little more, and I started realizing that where I have my power, right? And I realized that I was not only not welcome. Because in treatment, I was welcomed into Mexican Los Angeles, right? So at that time, I was the first white person to be in Mexican Los Angeles, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so then I brought two African brothers with me. Okay,
so like,
mix it up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But then,
two black and one white makes brown.
Boom, son. We all family. At the end of the day, you gotta make friends. You gotta keep things.
By then, you're probably Puerto Rican.
There you go.
But I had gotten given so many assignments with these fellas that we would leave and go on visits. We'd grab a bunch of cans from Home Depot, wherever the fuck we could go, right?
Let's go.
And then we'd send a bunch of postcards back, and then under the postcard, we put a postcard backing on it. Under the postcard would be the piece, so you could show it to the elders, right? And they'd be like, "Oh, you good to go, bro? That shit's hella smooth. This, that, and the third." So after all that happened, I was like, you know what, dude? I'd rather write. I'm seeing too many homies die. I'm seeing too many people overdose. I'm seeing too many people shot by police. I know too many people that shit is going wrong. You know what I'm saying? So
it's real out there.
If you give yourself an opportunity and believe in your friends, you don't shake them loose. You just let them follow their dreams, and you say, yo, you can do that shit, bro. Like, there's nothing stopping you besides the shit you've put yourself in.
Set your mind's on.
Find yourself out just the same way you found yourself in. And we can motivate each other, bro. We don't all have to suffer over the same ridiculous cause.
It's gradual steps.
Evolve.
Graffiti really took me to a level where it's like I fell in love with an art.
Yes.
And like you said, it was a little dangerous art. I'm getting locked up. I'm getting shot at.
Right.
Hanging off bridges. Sometimes I almost died.
Yeah.
But I loved it so much. So when I started the writing form of it, I felt like it's a little bit more safer, but it's not as safe because we still, like you said, when we're out there,
not everybody agree with your politics, bro.
You're gonna get hit up.
Yep.
Some whack MC's gonna want to throw a beer at you.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever's going on,
yep.
It's how you're gonna handle it mentally.
That's right.
You got to be prepared. Like as far as like, you got to put yourself as a professional.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're out there on the football field. The first fool that knocks you out, you're gonna fuck you and your whole family.
Yeah,
nah.
Control your mouth and your life.
Get your ass up. Yeah. Okay, you knocked me out this time.
I'm gonna get you next time.
I'm gonna get you next
That's
time.
right, baby.
Help him up. All right, help him up. I'll get you up.
Yeah.
You know, because in this freestyle battle, bro, you might win some, you might lose some.
Right, that's true, man.
You
You
know,
ain't lying. You ain't lying.
You know, and it's at the end of the day, it's about that sportsmanship. Now, hip hop brought that sportsmanship out of us.
Yeah,
right.
Into my life.
Even though we were ciphering right now,
Yep.
we were having fun.
Yep.
It's a sport,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And it came from battling. I'm better than you. No, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
I'm fresher than you. No, I'm fresher than
Yeah.
the Bronx. No, the Boogie Down. No,
Yeah.
Brooklyn. No,
Yeah.
this. No, that.
Yeah.
It came from that, right? But now we're to a point where that back and forth can lead to the street shit and
Yeah.
fools get smoked,
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
an instant.
running their mouth,
Especially
and they
with these young
think
cats running
they're
around.
above.
Man.
They think they're above everyone else. They're big and bad. And I tell these youngsters, humility goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Dub C had this line. He said, I was out at Lamert Park squashing beef while you cats was eating the house eating pussies, punk."
See,
So like you
he's
could
a soldier of the streets.
You,
He's out there.
you could
putting-
either be doing something that really I'm not trying to be like, you know, I'm by all means, you know, bang out, do your thing, but like, and what I mean by that is, I mean, if you want to get laid, get laid. But there's more important things to do in life. 100%, bro. Like that, you could do 1,000 more things better with your time than being focused on how to bang the next broad or how to make the next buck. Although, you know, I'm not gonna lie, getting money's cool. It's important. But there's a bigger vision than just making money.
Yeah,
Prioritize,
So
prioritize.
spiritualize yourself,
Yes.
overwhelm yourself with new information. If you don't understand it, dude, try to conceptualize.
Balance, balance.
Yeah, man,
It's
look
all
it
us,
up.
baby. Tap into the gods. Tap into your subconscious mind.
Word.
It's time for us to elevate.
Yep.
It's time to get to that higher vibration.
Yes, yes.
We're gonna leave all these low vibrational people where they gotta be. Like you said, we're gonna cut them out.
Yeah, allow them to see themselves as silly.
Let them be low
That's
vibration. Look up and want to gradually become that higher vibration.
Yeah.
You can't force like low vibration on something.
No,
You can't force
No.
them. Can you convince a drunk
no,
not to drink?
no,
And they can't.
no, you can't.
You cannot.
Talk about it, Paul.
After they had 3, bro, right now is not the time. I think you should stop.
Heck yeah,
It's
No,
like,
no,
I'm
that's
telling you,
what
blacked out till the end.
Who are you to tell me what to do? This is my life.
Yeah, all of a sudden you a boss in a suit.
You know,
Never
it's
tell
funny-
a drunk not to drink.
It's funny how all
Never
things
told
work.
cokehead not to do coke.
Yeah, right now is not the time, Daniel.
There's no stalls over here.
Yeah.
What do you mean I'm having a meltdown?
Oh,
Fuck
man.
my life.
Yeah, yeah. They'll be
Something
like,
bad, dog.
can we wait till tomorrow for this?
Yeah.
So,
What's
you
happening?
can't
They
tell
can't
low
wait for
vibration.
tomorrow. That's the whole problem.
Exactly, yeah.
We're trying to wait
Is there
for
tomorrow though? Let's just run it into tomorrow.
Yeah.
Might as
Hey,
well.
hey, you know what? The funny thing about that is how many
That
times
one.
have us humans, we all fucked up.
That's right.
And here,
Ain't lying.
we
That's it.
make music for guidance. And
Yeah.
even we guide our own selves. We talk to our future selves.
That's
When we
right.
make music,
Therapeutic
sometimes
shit.
it's like a message to your future self. You make a song or
That's deep.
a message, something that you didn't know, but you just felt the beat. You're like, oh, this cool. This
Yeah.
seems like a cool subject.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, like you're giving it advice, right?
That's right.
And you're writing, you're showing the guidance, you're showing the pathways.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, a couple months or maybe a year down the line, you're going through that same shit and that same situation that you were rapping about.
Yeah.
So it's good to play
It's
that
a big
song,
Post-it
you know.
note.
It's a time.
And I was blessed, you know.
Life experience.
I was blessed, and I was at a couple shows. A couple shows this happened to me, and they actually told me they came to me and they were like, "Hey, yo, bro, like your song helped me get out of a situation where I wanted to take myself out.
Yeah.
I wanted to end my life,
That's peace.
but your song kept me alive and kept me fighting, kept me going. And that's the thing. That's the thing about this music. It's not always about the money, list, fucking bitches, all this shit. Take your bitch, all that
It's
shit
about
is
balance,
nonsense.
man.
Yeah.
Balance it out.
It's about balance. Of course, these things happen,
Yeah,
and
man.
thou must
Be
talk
realistic
about
with
it.
your shit.
Yep.
Be about it.
I just took a shit. Wiped my
Yeah,
ass
yeah.
with the $100 bill. $100 bill. Wiped my ass with 100.
I've even
On some
written a
dumb and dumber
song.
shit.
I've written a song.
No, you're
on
not,
the
fool.
shitter. I've written a song myself on the shitter and put it in my verse and
Oh, yeah,
then
no.
and keep it. It's on the
Keep it
albums. If you can
1,000,
find it, you
bro.
can find it, baby. But you know, I've written certain things that just happened in that timeline, and I wrote a prophecy.
We're gonna wrap it up, man. We're gonna wrap it up before we go. Before we go, we don't want to keep you guys here forever. We want to cherish the moment because we're gonna have my man back. We're gonna have him back. There's too much going on here. We're gonna tap his brain, man. This is expanding mind. To tap his brain, it takes segments, yo. It takes motherfucking segments. So before we go expand the mind, let everybody know how to find you, where will you be, what it is, what it do.
Yeah, y'all can find me at 4 Expand the Mind 7 on Instagram, Living Soil, personal training, and also repetition of the hip hop consciousness. This is not only for Romanticide, it's not only for Forensic, but this is for us all together. We gotta stand up and believe for something that, other people ain't doing, bro. That's it. Be different, be yourself, and appreciate every single moment you got on this planet. Tell your people you love them. And if someone's going through a hard spot in life,
can they DM you? Can they DM you?
Don't be afraid to do a little of this.
There you go.
Give everybody a hug.
Give us a hug.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're going through a hard time, DM us, man.
Yeah, man. Talk
really
to
though.
people.
You need somebody to
really.
talk to.
If
you need someone, man,
reach out.
DM us. We get back to you.
I'll give you my phone number.
We'll get back to you. If you're going through a hard time, you want to talk to somebody,
let's talk.
Hit us up, man.
Yeah.
Trust me, we all been through hard times in our lives. That's why we bring in West Coast Wednesdays to bring that positive movement. If it's music, if it's current events, if it's mental health, whatever the subject may be, we all gotta stand up for the West Side, baby. You ready?
Word up.
West Coast Wednesday. And we'll see y'all next week, man. 8:24 p.m. You know what it be.
Don't forget, check out the album Flavor Elaborator. Just dropped last month. Don't forget it. Expand the Mind on Spotify. And it's absolutely live, bro. Go find this for yourself. Peace in the Middle East.
Hell yeah.
West Coast Wednesdays, y'all.
I love it.
West Coast, baby, baby. You see, you gotta leave them wanting more. They want more. Nope. They want more, but nope. We'll see y'all next Wednesday.